Hi everyone, welcome. I am Paula and I live a keto low carb lifestyle. And I have been living a keto low carb lifestyle now for 2 years, over 2 years now. And I have experienced a ton of health benefits since I started eating this way. I encourage you to go back and watch my health update videos, and I explain in depth what was wrong with my body before I started eating a ketogenic diet, and you'll get a lot more information there on all the things that was going on. But now that things are back to normal, I guess you could say, with my body, I feel really healthy. I feel energetic. I feel pain-free. I suffered from migraines that were debilitating. I haven't had a migraine in 2 years. I hardly have any kind of nagging headaches anymore. My joint pain is diminished, and lots of other things have happened with my hormones and all of that. And I have this desire to share what has happened with me with everyone that I come in contact with. I like to share how this way of eating has helped me, and hopefully it will help those of you out there who are doing this with me. Today is November 26th. There are only a few days left in this month, so I'll just be sharing a few more tips for the next few days on Keto 101, the basics of keto. If you are new to keto, I recommend going back to November 1st when I started this series. It is down in my playlist. It is called Keto 101. Start watching from the beginning. I talk about what is keto, what is ketosis, how to do keto, and all of that all throughout this month. So I've covered what I think is a great little bank of information that will get you started on keto. I still, for the next few days, will be sharing just a little bit, even if it's recapping some of the things that I've already talked about. Today, I want to talk about something that I've seen a few comments on over in my Facebook group and over on Instagram, and that is people have asked me why I don't eat a lot of vegetables anymore. I do eat some vegetables. I'm not against vegetables. I love vegetables. I love having big salads and all of that. I have learned that when you are trying to burn your body fat, which is what I'm still trying to do, I still have some body fat that I have stored in my body that I am working on burning off. I did a video on how your body prioritizes what it burns, and that was in this series. You can find that. It was in the beginning, maybe the first week or so. Your body prioritizes what it burns in a specific order. The last thing that your body burns out of all of the things that it prioritizes is your fat stores. So if you are trying to burn your body's fat stores, then you need to cut out all of the things above that. And carbohydrates is one of them. And I have discovered in the past few months of doing this that the lower I take my carbohydrates, the more weight I lose. The more inches I lose, the bigger my clothes get, the more my body composition changes. And vegetables are a carbohydrate. Some would argue and say that they don't count the carbs in vegetables, and that's fine if that works for you, or if you are at your goal weight, that is completely fine. Once I get to my goal weight, I don't know what my goal weight is. I guess I'm going to wait by looking in the mirror and saying, okay, I think I've lost enough weight. I need to stop now. I may start incorporating some more vegetables back into my diet. I will never incorporate any kind of grains, wheat, gluten, anything like that back into my diet because my body cannot tolerate them. I think that cutting wheat and gluten and all of those things out of my diet have played a big role in eliminating my inflammation and my joint pain. So I will never go back to that. Will never be a part of my diet again. Breads, chips, crackers, all of those types of things. I may incorporate more vegetables back in, but for now, I'm trying really hard to let my body work on those fat stores. And the more carbohydrates that I take in, including vegetables, it keeps me from burning that fat that's stored. So that is why I have cut back on vegetables. Like I said, I love vegetables. I have nothing against vegetables. But for the time being, I am putting them on the back burner, so to speak, so that my body can work on burning the fat reserves and we'll go from there. So that is a little bit of an explanation as to why I do not eat so many vegetables anymore. I hope that makes sense. So I want to talk to you a little bit about an idea that I came up for the month of December. I like to try to have a theme every month for my videos. And I came up with this last night. It was in the middle of the night. I had woken up. Actually, Ed slept with me last night here in the bed, and he had his foot up on pillows, and my dog, it was pitch black in our room, and my dog jumped up on the bed and jumped right into his external fixator, and it was horrific. Ed was in a dead sleep. The dog started yelping because her foot was down inside of his metal fixator. It could have been a complete disaster, but it was fine. It was fine. But I woke up in a panic. You know how when you wake up in a panic? And I was pulling my dog off of him, and everything was okay. He wasn't even in any pain or anything. But that woke me up. It jarred me awake, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So that was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was laying here, and I was thinking, I was laying right here in this spot. And I was thinking about December and what I wanted to do for December. And I thought about maybe doing a challenge. And then I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to save a challenge for January. January is going to be a month where it is just after the holidays, and we are all going to need to challenge ourselves to get back on track and to do better and, you know, all that kind of thing. For the month of December, I thought this was going to be a fun thing. So the way I get a lot of my recipes, people just rave on my recipes, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm so happy that a lot of people like my recipes. I sort of wanted to do I guess you could call it instructional video, teaching video on how I come up with my recipes. What I do, okay, is what a lot of people do. I go on Pinterest, I go on Instagram, I just go on the web, and I look up different recipes that are not keto. And I just look at all of the ingredients, and I think about what I can do to convert that recipe to make it keto friendly. And I do come up with some of my recipes just off the top of my head. I will think about something and I'll try it and it ends up being good. And so some of my recipes are like that, but some of my recipes are from original, like traditional recipes that I find, and I really brainstorm how to convert them to make them keto friendly. So I thought for the month of December, I am going to go to the thrift store and I'm going to pick up a couple of traditional cookbooks, just regular traditional cookbooks. And I am going to pick out some recipes from those cookbooks. And I was telling Ed this morning, I think it would be a lot for the month of December to do one of those videos every single day. So I'm not going to take that on, but once or twice a week for the month of December, I am going to get into one of those cookbooks and I am going to pick a recipe with you all. And I'm going to work on converting the ingredients, and I'm going to make it keto friendly. And then we're going to try it out for you on the channel. So I just thought that would be an interesting thing to do. We will still do a lot of videos for the month of December. We're still going to do our health updates with Ed. We're still going to do the what I eat in a day videos because they're very helpful for people. They help people to stay motivated and on track. And I'm going to incorporate a few recipe videos. Like, I'm a visual learner and I like to visualize how things are done. And I think if I open the recipe to you guys and I show you and I talk about the ingredients and I talk about what kind of ingredients I can replace, and then I make the recipe, it will be a very good visual way to learn it. And I think that it's something that people need to learn if they are going to do this as a lifestyle. There are going to be times when you need to convert recipes, and I'm just going to show you how I do it. And so that's going to be for the month of December. Really excited about it. Right now it is 10:30 and Ed's hunting buddy came up again last night. I'm sure we're going to be eating breakfast when he comes back from hunting, which is usually around noon. And when that time happens, I'll show you what we're having for breakfast today. So I'll see you then. So Ed,
Yes.
Tell us what we are having for breakfast this morning.
We are having, what was it, rib steak?
No, it's short ribs that we had
Short
leftovers.
ribs. So we grilled those up with some onions. Not grilled them, we pan fried them up with some onions. And we got your omelet going here. I'm not gonna try flipping, but that's good. And
I'm just gonna have some short rib omelets.
short rib, it looks great.
We're using up leftovers that we have in the fridge from Thanksgiving, and we thought we would use this short ribs. We just, I had made them in an Instant Pot with some seasoning and some beef broth. So I thought I would just chop it up and we could use it in omelets. So
Looks nice and greasy, it should be delicious.
And Ed is making breakfast. This is our little setup. So he's got the stool there and he's able to sit and looking trim.
Feeling trim.
Don't even have to suck it in.
Don't even have to suck it in, just stay sucked in.
Yep.
Feel good.
Yep.
Look at me. Oh. Don't fall down.
Yeah, don't fall down. So trim.
CR for life, baby.
Yeah, under 200 pounds, doing great. All right, so we're gonna have omelets for breakfast, and that's our first meal. Probably have a second cup of coffee. We had some black coffee this morning, and that's gonna be it. So we will be back when we have dinner time. When we make dinner, we'll be back to show you what we're having. And so glad to see Ed back at the stove. So it was just after 3 o'clock and we decided we wanted a protein shake. Ed wanted to mix up some peanut butter protein. We're using Prime Protein. I just take this blender attachment cup and I fill it half full with ice. And then I put in some nut milk and I put in a scoop of the peanut butter and just a little bit of the chocolate today with it. We have found that if you put half and half, the chocolate is overpowering and you can't really taste the peanut butter. So Ed said today to try to do a scoop of peanut butter and then add a little bit of chocolate, and we're having a protein shake for our midday in between our meals. We do that usually every day and it carries us until we're ready to have our next meal. And it helps us to get a boost of protein, which is really good right now for Ed's healing process. And so we've really been enjoying it. So I'll be back at dinner time. So we have the Christmas tree here and snow. I wanted to show you outside the window here. We are getting snow today and it just looks so pretty with the tree looking out and seeing the snow out on the lake and on the trees. Very pretty. Nice day to stay inside and stay warm. All right, so it is 10 after 5 and I am getting dinner ready. I have some of these steaks here. They are sirloin steaks that we got from our, I think they're sirloin. Yeah, they're beef sirloin steaks that we got from our cow. And I have 3 of them thawed out. And I have a very hot skillet here. And I'm gonna fry these up really quick on high heat. And we're just gonna slice them up into thin strips and then have them in tortillas, sort of like fajitas. Put the steaks in there, get them going on really high heat, and then I have this chili lime seasoning from Redmond's, and I'm just gonna sprinkle this on there and get them seasoned and fry them up really quick. Get them out. I'm gonna cook them to about medium, get them out on the cutting board, let them rest for a little bit, cut them up into thin strips. And I have some tortillas, some low carb tortillas for the guys, some sour cream and salsa and cheese over there. And that's what we're gonna have for dinner. This is my really large skillet. And I have the heat on, it's smoking. I think from the oils that I had on there from before. So this is the steaks right here. I have one over here I haven't opened yet. I'm gonna go ahead and then just cook them up here in my skillet with some avocado oil, and I'll let you know how they turn out. All right, it's kind of smoky in here, but as you can see, I have flipped these steaks over and I just cut off a piece and they are super tender. I'm gonna let them cook just for another couple minutes. Get them out on this cutting board here let them rest, cut them up into little strips, and we're gonna have some dinner. I gave Ed 3 tortilla wraps with the steak and cheese and salsa and sour cream, and I'm just having on a plate like this. I have the beef with cheese, salsa, and sour cream, and I'm just gonna enjoy it like this today. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. It's getting really dark outside. Look at that. It gets dark so fast here now. It is 5:30, and I'm gonna enjoy dinner and maybe a cup of tea in a little bit, and that's gonna be a wrap. So make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up. See you really soon. Have a great night, and God bless.